guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna dive back into my tiny guest room. I'm doing a tiny room, tiny budget makeover this week. Get some great ideas on how to transform your small bedroom with just a few simple touches. You can make a big impact on a really small budget. Last week I started off by giving this room a beautiful accent wall. This is just something I wanted to have in the room to ground the space. It's a really easy beginner-friendly accent wall and I've got a full tutorial for that. Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a mom of 3 kids who taught herself how to DIY, and I'm here to show you how to make your house beautiful and function great for your family. I found this nightstand in my mom's garage, and she was actually going to throw it away, and I saw great potential in it. When you're looking at any old piece of furniture and thinking whether you can flip it into something beautiful, look at the shape of it. It doesn't have to be in the best shape like the surfaces, but actually look at the shape. So I like that this is a pretty modular nightstand, and I like the shape of the legs, that they were just a little bit tapered. Painting old furniture is really easy. The first thing you're going to do is take a P80 grit sandpaper and you're going to sand every single surface there. You're just trying to scruff it up so it doesn't have to take off all the surface. You're trying to scuff it up so that the paint can stick to it. Next, I remove the old hardware. So to finish off getting into some of these areas, you need a small head. You can either use a mouse sander or you can use something like this, a multi-tool. You can seal it into all those corners there. For sanding, clean all the surfaces with a tack cloth to capture all the sawdust. Next, I'm going to add some trim to this. So I got this really cute trim from Home Depot. I'm going to cut it on a miter. So next, I'm just loading up my pin nailer because I'm going to use wood glue and nails to secure the trim on. So I'm using these tiny 3/4 inch nails. So with the pin nailer, you can see like the arrow and the way that you put them in. Okay, so there we go. I can already see the design of the nightstand starting to come together. I really like the edges here, how they're mitered, because you can see how it makes all the difference. I'm going to use wood glue, and then I'm also going to nail it down with my pin nailer. Now the great thing about the pin nailer is it leaves no hole behind, so there's nothing to fill or cover up. I'm going to use my favorite primer. It's the Bin primer. I love this because I've used it on so many pieces of furniture and the paint never chips, okay? So we're just going to use a foam roller to paint that on. And then we have to let it cure for 24 hours. Before you start painting your furniture, make sure you do the scratch test. This will tell you whether your paint will chip or not. I'm painting this nightstand accessible beige by Sherwin-Williams, and you can use any type of interior paint or you can opt for a cabinet paint, but I find that wall paint works just fine to paint furniture. Now I'm going in with a roller to do my flat surfaces, so make sure you use a foam roller. There's also like these little edges that you're just gonna want to go in and paint. I like to use a craft brush for these. Then smooth those lines out with a foam roller. I gotta change the light fixture in this room, and I got this light fixture actually a while ago. I got it when I did my mom's guest bedroom makeover. And because it hangs down, it just didn't work in there because she has 8-foot ceilings. In our home, we have 9-foot ceilings, so I'm gonna give this a go here. I think it'll add a nice kind of like traditional element to this room. Removing an old light fixture is really easy, but if you're not comfortable with it, make sure you call an electrician. Let's see, this is like, I really did this mostly on my own. Like, Abbas helped me, pass me a few things, but I didn't. Let's see. Yay! I did it! All right, I just have to fix the chain, but yay. All right, I'm gonna tackle the bed next. So I am going to be adding pole wrap right here. So this is an old IKEA Hemnes bed that I've had since I graduated from university, and I just wanna make it look and feel a little bit fresh for myself. So I'm not even gonna cut these off. I will simply put the pole wrap right on top. Cutting pole wrap is really easy with your miter saw or circular saw. I like to fold mine over so that my miter saw can just cut it in one pass, but you can also use a circular saw on a track too. And I'm just cutting small pieces here so that when we put them on the headboard, I'll actually join them all together and it'll look like one seamless piece. So after you've got your pole wrap, you'll notice that some of the edges are just a little bit splintery. They're honestly not that bad, but I'm just gonna sand these down with P220 grit just to get rid of that. So to keep that dark wood tone on the bed frame, I'm gonna stain these dark as well. I'm using a gel stain. The one thing I really like about gel stain is you don't need to precondition, so it's actually a lot faster, but beware, it smells horrible. And if you get on your hands, it's really hard to get off. Okay, so I think this is gonna work really nicely. I just tried a little bit, and as you can see, the color is really similar to that dark black brown color that IKEA has. It's time to attach the pole wrap, and I absolutely love the finish, like the color. It goes really well with the existing bed. So I'm just gonna nail this on and I can get this bed styled. So this is such a great way to just update this Hemnes bed on such a small budget. I'm using my brad nailer to attach the pole wrap, and I found the shortest nails that I had, which were 3/4 of an inch, because I don't want it to go out the other side. So I have to cut one section over here of this pole wrap, and to cut it you just need an X-Acto knife. So the pole wrap is almost like slats glued onto a paper backing, so this is really easy to cut. So I'll just measure how much I need and then cut it. There we go. See how it's just like sliding right through? Okay. Got it. So I actually think this here looks a little bit weird, so I think I'm just gonna actually cover it as well, because I have this extra that I stained anyway, so just cover this here too, and then it will just look more complete. I went in with a stain and just did a little bit of touch up where the nail holes were, and it's ready to show you. If you remember, we started off with a blank slate room. There was really nothing going on in here, but I wanted to make this room really cozy and inviting, but I didn't want to add a ton of color because the room is small. I went with a simple grid style accent wall that anyone could do. It is a really easy beginner project. And then because this room is small, I just have one nightstand in here, which we upcycled from that old nightstand that my mom was actually gonna throw away. I love how I added the pole wrap here to modernize it, and changing out the light fixture is always something really easy you can do to personalize any space. So I hope you love this project. I really love how this guest room turned out. Now, if you're wondering about how much we spent on the room, here's the budget breakdown. So in total, this room came to under $400, which I think is fantastic. I really wanted to refresh this room with just a really small budget. So if you love this project, make sure you give my channel a subscribe, and I will see you next time for more budget DIYs.